Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyasha and welcome to part 3 of 3, how to make your work unique as a designer. So today we're going to be talking about the material that you use as a designer, how it's going to help your work to be unique. So if you did not watch part 1 and 2 of this series, you need to go back and watch part 1 and 2. That's what's going to make some of the stuff here clear. But yeah, basically that's it. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is searching far and wide for your material. You know what I'm talking about? Material. So it can be fabric, notions, buttons, zips, all that. I don't know, everything that you're going to be using to bring your design to life. That's the material that I'm talking about. So the first thing that you need to do is to search far and wide. Now, searching far and wide does not necessarily mean you need to get your fabric 1,000 kilometers away, but it means get your fabric where other people cannot access it. Other people in your region, other people in your area cannot access it. If you're in Zimbabwe and you can get fabric from Dubai, please do. And you can get fabric from the US, please do. Because that means other people, it's not as easy to access from Zimbabwe. So the fact that you have fabric from Dubai, that means we do not have a fabric from Dubai. So even if your design is not really special, but the fact that your fabric, we haven't seen your fabric around, that makes your design special. So I remember there's this dress that Tafumani Mningi designed, a wedding, bridesmaids wedding, blah blah. It had gold and black. I remember even asking him where he got the material and he said Dubai. Immediately I stopped thinking that I could use the fabric, and I haven't seen dresses that look like that being made from Zimbabwe because the fabric isn't from here. You get it? So use fabric that you can source or find, that you can access, that other people cannot access. Sometimes your work is unique, but because you're using the same fabric that has been used over and over again, we don't see your work, we don't see the design, we continuously see the fabric that you're using that is being used over and over again. Anyway, point kind of 1B, use expensive fabric. It goes back to who can access that fabric. If it's expensive, it means only a few people can access that fabric because we cannot afford it. Most generally rich people are fewer than the rest, right? So if you can afford expensive material, use expensive material. It means all the other people who cannot afford it cannot access that material. So now your work is unique. And then use material other than fabric. I cannot hammer down on this point enough. When you use material that is not fabric, it's like we have rule books, we have textbooks, we have information over and over again how to join fabrics. Everyone is doing it the same way. It's all these different types of materials that are not normally used to make fabric. We don't know how to join them, we don't know how to work with them, we don't know how to create using them. So that means if you can, you're unique. Not so many people can do that. So if you can, please do. So that means even if your work is not too special, the fact that you're using metal, the fact that you're using wood, the fact that you're using cardboard boxes makes it unique. This is the essence of avant-garde. Avant-garde is based on using material that is not normally used for fashion. So if you're not going to use the normal fabric, then you're going to be unique. Even if your thing is ugly, even if your design is ugly, even if your design is not very designed, like it's not really out of the box, but the fact that you're using rope and wire and some metal discs or something, or plastic, something that is not normally used to make fabric, that means your work is going to be unique. So if you use different material other than fabric, then you are bound to create something that is new. Try using candles for your work, try using old discs for your work. Even if your designs are nice, are like legit dope and all that, and the fact that you're using material that we're constantly seeing, The moment we look at your dress, we look at your work, we see the first dress that we saw that we that's in fabric. So already we're associating your dress with somebody else's dress. So you know what I mean. Major designers that we look at today, and Alexander McQueen. I remember an Alexander McQueen jacket that was made of what do you call it? Broken china. And yes, the thing is not meant to be worn like a normal hand, but am I not talking about him now? Don't you want people to be talking about you later? Because this guy came up with, 1, 2, 3, 4. A very good example of using non-conventional material here in Zimbabwe is just Evil Tribe. Y'all know Evil Tribe. He doesn't conform to anything. You know why? Because he doesn't use conventional material. Yes, most of these clothes, the base is the fabric and all that, but the fact that he's trying to use matamba, he's using everything really. My bottle caps, he's using broken mirrors, he's using small pieces of mirrors to make clothes. That's what makes him stand out. So don't be there sitting thinking, here, if I use this material, who's going to wear my clothes? Who is wearing Jasper's clothes? Who is wearing Evil Tribe? Don't you know Evil Tribe now? If you don't know Evil Tribe, go and Google Evil Tribe. Go and search on Instagram Evil Tribe and you see his work. His work is unique because he doesn't use the material that we're using. He's there pushing boundaries. He's using umbrellas. He's using everything. So use non-conventional material. Or for whatever reason, it will make you stand out. That's what it does because it's non-conventional. Okay? Even if you're not making avant-garde, even if you're just making normal clothes, just try to include something that is not fabric in there, and it makes it stand out and people want to see work that is different. Okay? And lastly, enhancement. Handmade, hand-worked enhancement. That's what I'm talking about today. If you're making t-shirts, try to do tie and dye work. Try to do some hand painted, hand print. Something that is handmade cannot be repeated the same way. Like, it cannot be identical. Even if you're making a batch of like maybe 20 t-shirts and you tie dye them, they will not come out exactly the same. So that means it's going to be different. If you're going to be beading your work, your gowns or even your blazers, wherever you're going to be beading, if you're doing it by hand, it cannot be identical. If the mistakes that you do on this dress, you maybe rectify them on this one, or you make new mistakes, or you face different challenges with each dress. So enhance your work with handmade procedures. Beading, coloring, that means dyeing, any kind of introduction of color to your clothes, to your work. That would mean that if you do it by hand, that would mean that that thing is new, kind of like it stands out in the fact that it cannot be repeated. You, the designer, cannot even repeat it. Imagine somebody else trying to repeat it the exact same way. Exactly. Try to bead, try to do embroidery by hand. Yes, you can always do embroidery by machine if you have a machine, but as long as somebody gets a hold of your pattern and they add it to their machine, then they can redo it. But if you do it by hand, work that's done by hand is more expensive than work that's done by machine. So as long as you do your work by hand, it guarantees uniqueness, and it also gives you like a profit margin. You can charge more because you're doing your stuff by hand. So this is part 3 of how to make your work unique. Let me just say this one thing: everything that you do, that you use, contributes to the ultimate result of the work. So as long as you put your life, as long as you put your soul, your heart and your mind into trying to create something new that is different, that is truly inspired, you can. Stop trying to copy trends from other designers. You will fit in with them. You will never stand out. It will take you years to be seen as an individual. You constantly be seen as you constantly being compared to other workers, to other designers, because your work looks similar. Try so hard to stand out, to be different at some point, so that even if your work is ugly, even if your work isn't that groundbreaking, the fact that it kind of shows that difference from other people don't compare you, people respect you for whatever it is that you're bringing to the table in the fashion industry. So that's it with part 3. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new, you're welcome. If you're an OD, thank you for clicking on this video again. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, comment, share. Next week, I don't know what I'm posting next week, but I did see a suggestion in the comment section. I'm gonna see if I can, work with that topic. If I can't, I'll definitely do it some other time. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is what you're looking for.